Welcome back to season 6. This will be my first pickup video of the season. I apologize in advance for I will have glowing red eyes and I'll be sniffling a little bit during the pickup video. I got a bit of a cold. The eyes because I'll have the flash on from my phone in order for you guys to better see the pickups when I show them to you. And yeah, you'll see devil eyes. Okay, before I begin, what I'm about to show here from this box, I picked up from a coworker who recently moved out of his apartment to, I guess, a house with a couple buddies. He was gonna throw this stuff down his garbage chute. And then he thought to himself, wait, isn't there a market for this stuff? I know someone who likes video games. So he talked to me at work. I did 2 transactions here. One he contacted me about right away. And the second one, he was cleaning more stuff up in his apartment before moving out and found more games. This video is pretty much going to be all Sony love. So mainly PS2 and some PS1 stuff as well. Yeah, I'm going to try to do this one quick because they're probably about 60, maybe 50 games here. I did already get rid of some to Lester. This first PlayStation bundle, there were about, I think there were, PS2 bundle, there were 40 games, and I gave my coworker $2 a pop, so this first set you're gonna see was 80 bucks. But like I said, I already sold 4 to Lester for the same, pretty much the same price, $2 a pop. Yeah, and also came with, I got 6 memory cards here that were in some of the game cases. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to go quick. These are games I already have for the PS2. And 4 of the ones I already gave to Lester had as well. So we'll go Final Fantasy 12, just the regular version. Also Final Fantasy 12, the limited edition. Most of these games are a little scuffed up, but they all look to be playable condition. I still have to test them. Playboy the Mansion, which my coworker said was a really fun game. I do own it already, but I have yet to play it. 2 copies of Final Fantasy X-2. There were 2 copies of Final Fantasy X, but I've already traded one away. I think I got $5 for it, which is, you know, $3 over the 2 I paid. Kingdom Hearts 2. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. Star Trek Encounters. Let's keep going here. There's not really gonna be like, well, there will be a maple syrup. Actually, it's not gonna be a Sony. James Bond, Agent Under Fire. I believe I have this for 2 other consoles. Finally have it on PS2. Sniper Elite. FIFA 06. FIFA's fun, but it's another sports game, right? You get them every year, so it's hard to put value to those, even though they are a lot of fun. Conflict Zone Modern War Strategy. Romance of the Three Kingdoms 8, I believe? Yeah, 8. Destroy All Humans 2. I remember really liking the first Destroy All Humans. I had it on original Xbox. I didn't play through the entire game, I just played a little bit of it. I haven't played the second one at all. Dynasty Warriors 2. And Star Ocean Till the End of Time. I thought I already had this, but turns out I didn't. Yeah, these are in no particular order. Like I said, there's not really going to be segments in this. This says the music of Grand Theft Auto 5, but it actually turned out to be Scarface the game, which is a really, really fun game. Dynasty Warriors 5, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I hope you can see all these. Ghost Recon. SmackDown, Just Bring It. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention Some of these were, I guess he had a roommate who moved to like San Diego years ago or something like that, moved down to the States. So these weren't all his. He was just trying to get rid of them before he left. So their previous roommate and his combined. And I think his roommate's been gone something like 5 years or something. Crash Bandicoot, Wrath of Cortex. And I believe I have this for GameCube. Ghost Recon 2, Gran Turismo 4. This is another one Lester wanted, but I didn't have this one yet, so it stayed with me. Summoner 2. I've never played the Summoner games. Something I've been meaning to try. Unreal Tournament. I really got into, like, I borrowed Unreal Tournament 2 maybe? Or maybe it was Unreal Championship. I borrowed from a friend back in the day on original Xbox, and I really enjoyed playing that. And I hadn't played one since, and I don't know, does Unreal still make games? I'm not sure. Star Wars Battlefront. Awesome game. I haven't played the new one. I'm not too interested. Battlefield 2 Modern Combat. This is I have this on the Xbox, and I did have it on the 360. I don't think I have it anymore, but that was one of the first games I played on the 360 and that game was really fun online. And actually I like the Battlefield games more than Call of Duty. There's probably a few people who share my sentiment, but yeah, there's just something about the Battlefield games that I don't know if it's like all the vehicles and different classes and whatnot, but I don't find any joy in playing Call of Duty games anymore. I'm done with them. But if I were to go back and play some more FPS games online, I'd choose Battlefield over Call of Duty. Next up, X-Men Legends 2. I have this for GameCube already, now the PS2. One thing I don't know if I'm gonna do, probably eventually, like I've mentioned this a bunch of times, sorry to kind of like go off here. I don't have a game room set up yet, so that's my project for this year, is to actually get shelves up and get everything organized. Like I say, I have a lot of these for different consoles. I don't know if I'm gonna keep them on every console or just keep them on the console of my preference, like to play them on. But yeah, once I get everything into my game room and like I'm able to like appreciate my game room for a while and, you know, kind of appreciate the games on the shelves for a bit, we'll see. I might get rid of like doubles, like cross console, or even just games that I don't want. Like I'm going for the complete GameCube collection, which I've mentioned plenty of times. Once I complete that, I'm contemplating whether or not to get rid of the stuff that I don't want out of that as well. It'd probably be a good idea, because otherwise they're just gonna sit there, but I don't know. We'll see when the time comes. Okay, continuing again. Let's go. Tiger Woods 06. Love the Tiger Woods games. I got Grand Theft Auto Vice City, which I didn't have for PS2. I have all the GTAs for Xbox, and San Andreas as well. And I think we got the last PS2 game here in this bundle. One that I was kind of curious about and I really wanted was Ring of Red. I don't know if any of you have played this. Let me know your thoughts on it. Lester really liked this game, and it's one of the first ones he noticed when I sent Nate and Lester the picture of this bundle that I was picking up. Yeah, I'm kind of excited to play it. Konami 3D Strategic Warfare is what it says. Okay, so that's it for the PS2 bundle that I got. And like I said, I paid him $80, which honestly he would have taken less. And I told him what he could have got for these, like individually, like what his potential earnings was. He didn't care. Yeah, like I said, I told him what they were worth. Well, what they're worth, like in the market, and I told him what I'd pay for it, and he said, "Yeah, I don't care. I'd take 50," and I gave him 80 for these. The next bundle, I told him, you know, I'm not going to give you as much as before. I don't have a lot of cash right now. I'm trying to save a little bit. Honestly, I'm trying to slow down on pickups a little bit, but I have a huge backlog to shoot. I have another big box of more games to shoot, maybe 2 or 3 pickup videos out of. But yeah, I figured I'd get this one out of the way. So the next bundle, like I said, he cleaned up a little bit more before he moved out, and he found more stuff. Him and his roommate stuff again. And this was PS1 stuff, and there was also a couple Nintendo games and a Super Nintendo game. So again, in no particular order. First, I'll show the console that it was the mini, the PS1 here. A little dirty, I can clean it up. It does work. Looks like it was got from Value Village, where they usually write in red marker like how many items. So it's ×2 usually means with a controller and cables are with it. And he gave me this actually, he gave me this console had all these controllers and cables wrapped and tangled, so I had to untangle it too. There's some just random like third-party controllers like this Super Pad PSX 1000. I got this, I don't even know what kind it is, but another third-party dirty dingy controller. I don't know if there's like a market for those or people just buy them if they're cheap. Here we got a nice green one with worn out thumbstick or missing thumbstick, but that could always be replaced. Original PlayStation controller, no analog. And PS2 DualShock 2 controller. And of course, cables. And then this PC, I think it's a Logitech controller. So not for the PlayStation, but for a computer. Okay. Now onto the games that came with that. Oh, sorry. I'll show this. This is gonna give away one of the games, but Chrono Cross strategy guide. My buddy Trevor actually lent me Chrono Cross back in, was it junior high or high school? And I never got to finish it. He wanted it back before I could finish it, which is fine because I take a lot of time with RPGs. I put a lot of effort like trying to find everything. I might just replay it and use this guide just so I can kind of get through it quicker because I did enjoy playing it. There's a lot to it. Anyways, so that's kind of a spoiler for one of the games that's going to come up, but I'll take all these games out now. Again, there's, like I said, this is between him and his roommate, and so there's some doubles of each of these as well. And what I want to say about these PlayStation 1 games, every single one of them, once I open them up, the discs look untouched, like brand new. So we'll go with the classic Final Fantasy VII. The jewel case has cracks in it, and based on what I got in these PS2, like I said, they're all kind of scuffed up a bit. Some of them are in better condition, but they all look playable. I was expecting these to be like scratched up even more because they're older, right? But yeah, I don't know if you could see here. There's a little bit of dust on here, but that's disc 1 there. Like the manual is pretty pristine. Here, let's go to disc 3. See, just dust. I don't know if that's picking up on the camera there, but it's just dust on there. Like just a little bit, and no scuffing or anything. So I don't know if this was actually played or not. Resident Evil 2. I don't think this is the DualShock one. No, because it would say DualShock, right? This as well. I don't know. Like, I'm not going to show you all the discs, but like, I'll show you this one as an example. The rest I won't show, but they're all absolutely mint. No resurfacing marks or anything. Like, they're just untouched. Okay, so going with that game guide, 2 copies of Chrono Cross, 1 Greatest Hits, 1 Black Label. I already have this. I'm probably like, and you can see this looks like a flea market sticker, or even maybe like a pawn shop sticker. Sometimes they use those. So either him or his roommate paid $50, maybe less. Maybe they traded for it on Chrono Cross. But yeah, I already have this. I'm actually going to upgrade. Like I said, all these are mint, so these will be upgrades for me. Yeah, 2 Chrono Cross. There's a Tekken 3, which I have. I think I have Black Label. 2 copies of Final Fantasy Tactics. which I have 2 copies myself. I already have a Greatest Hits, and I have a Black Label, just the discs. That was my original one. The case somehow, I can't remember if it got stolen or just disappeared on me. Yeah. Again, we got 2 copies of Final Fantasy VIII, Greatest Hits Black Label. Again, these ones, I'm not going to open them, but all the discs for all these are absolutely pristine. And then finally I got, oh sorry, I pulled up Final Fantasy IX. Here's the FF8 Black Label. Final Fantasy IX Black Label, as you would have seen. And Metal Gear Solid. But yeah, I'm super impressed with this, and like I said, there were a couple Nintendo games with it that I'll show you now as well. There was a multi-cart, 42 in 1. This is my first multi-cart that I own now, and like you see, you got 42 games on there. I don't know if you can make those out. If you split it down the middle, there's 4 columns there, and if you go look at the 2 on this side, there's 20 here and 22 here. What I found neat about this cart is when you put it in and you turn it on, a menu comes up, but it's only got 20 games on it. So a menu came up for this, and I was looking for these other 2 games, or these other 2 columns of games, this other set, and I couldn't find them. Like, I'm scrolling down, and it just scrolls through the menu for these again. I turned off the power and turned it back on, and a menu for these 22 came up, which I thought was pretty neat. So you turn it on once, you get one menu, off and then on again, you get another menu. So that's how you access all the games on this cart. Next, of course, Super Mario Bros. Duck Hunt. Who wouldn't have that? I just thought it was kind of neat that out of all these PlayStation 1 games that he found, there was like a couple cartridges hanging around. One, I have it in my Nintendo here because I was testing it, which I own this already as well. Crystalis, which I think is I would say it's an underrated game. I don't know a lot of people who've played this. I know a select few, they've all enjoyed it, but I'd say this is one of the underrated games on the NES. It's a Zelda-esque game, but yeah, I played this as a kid, and I was super stoked when I finally ended up beating it. I was stuck for the longest time in this game because there's an item that you find like in the grass or something in one section, and I never thought to like just press A in the grass to find items, and then that took me like a long time, and once I actually found it, I was able to continue on with the game. That had to be probably at least 20 years ago. And finally, this game was well worth what I paid. I paid $50 for the PlayStation 1 bundle, and this was also in there, Final Fantasy 3, which you can fetch 50, 60, 70 bucks for, depending on where you are. And like I said, I told my coworker, he's like, I don't care, I'll take 50 bucks. I'm happy with the 50 bucks. I know he knows that I'm gonna enjoy these games. I'm gonna use them to get more games. I prefer trading over selling. Like I don't really like selling games for cash, but like say if we got a buddy like Lester or Gary, we give each other amazing deals. So that's where if they don't have anything to trade, whatever the 5, 10, 20 bucks, whatever we agree on for games is fine. This one I'm gonna probably trade to, I don't know, someone at Thirsties maybe for something I want. But yeah, that's my pickup video from my coworker with all these Sony games plus a couple cartridges. Yeah, let me know what you think of this. Did I pay too much? Did I pay too little? I think I paid too little. I really do. I could have paid less. I really could have. And my coworker would have been fine with that. But we both ended up happy with this transaction. And I got a bunch of PS2 games I didn't have before. I think out of the 40, there were 11 that I already had. So, and then like I said, I gave some to Lester already, and I traded one off for like $5 value or something. But yeah, that's it for me. I got, like I said, I got another box, a bigger box than this. Sorry, there's still one game in there, but that's because it was my copy of Star Trek that I was comparing with the one in here. I have a box that's bigger than this, probably twice as big as this, with like maybe, I'd say 3 pickup videos worth of stuff. I don't want to put it all in one like I did this one, but this one, because they all came from the same guy, I wanted to get it out of the way. And also, I have a thing about trading stuff away or like selling stuff before I show it, or like putting it into my collection before I show it. I know it's kind of weird, but I had to show this stuff to you guys before I put it back downstairs in my basement where my game room is gonna be. Yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching. We appreciate your comments, your viewership, and comment, rate, subscribe. I'm not good at this whole outro thing. That's usually Nate's thing. But yeah, peace.